Hi, it's Rosie Cake Diva. I'm just going to show you the 2C nozzle, the Wilton 2C today. I don't think it's one of my favourites. I like the 1M, I like the 2D. The 2C I do like, but it's just a choice between the three of them. So you can see my other videos if you want to see the other nozzles being demonstrated. So this is the 2C. I've done a two-tone. One of my other videos will show you how to do that as well. But I'll just show you how I pipe in, starting from the middle, gently overlapping as you go around to get this effect. Okay, so I've got my plain cupcake, starting in the middle, exerting the pressure, and then gently letting the buttercream drop all the way round, tail off at the end if you can. If you don't get a nice clean edge like I haven't got there, just use a paintbrush with a little bit of clean water to push it in, or you can put something on there to round it off nicely, a little bit of a flower or a fondant butterfly. And that's the Wilton 2C. Thank you for watching.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Creative Cakes by Sharon. Today I'm making mini corn candy inspired cakes. So I have here the tops of 3 cakes which I used in my corn candy fall cake tutorial, which you can see on screen now, and I'll leave a link to this tutorial at the end of this video. I'm also using the leftover frosting from that tutorial, as well as some caster sugar, orange food colouring, an offset spatula, a knife and a round cutter. So the first thing I need to do is cut out some round discs of cake, and I can cut about 7 out of each cake, which means I'm going to end up with 7 mini cakes at the end. Once all the discs have been cut, I'm going to trim them down to about 1 centimetre thickness. This will ensure that all of the discs are the same height. Now I need to pipe some frosting onto the bottom yellow layer of each cake, and then stack the second orange layers on top. This time I'll pipe on the orange frosting and pop the white cakes on the top. Now here I have a fresh piping bag fitted with a large pastry star tip, and I'm going to squeeze in all the leftover frosting into this one bag, making sure the colours sit on the edges of the bag. Now as I create a nice frosting swirl on the tops of each of the mini cakes, the 3 colours of the frosting create a nice gradient of colour, and each cake looks a little different from the other. The cakes look great as they are, but I'm going to add one more finishing touch. So I have the sugar here, and I'll add 1 drop of orange food colouring and mix it into the sugar well. This is going to create some sanding sugar, which I can simply sprinkle over the tops of my cakes. I love the idea of these little mini cakes. They're simple and quick. They make perfect individual size portions and look totally adorable.
Welcome to Pink Cake Princess. I'm Andrea, and today I'm going to show you how to create a Shopkins Wishes cake. My daughters are crazy about these little toys right now, and Wishes was perfect for Alicia, who turned 4. Wishes has 4 candles on her ready to go. Now these are just some of the dessert table ideas I was playing around with. I actually did a party for all 3 of my daughters, and you can see the whole dessert table and check out the tutorial for the My Little Pony rainbow cake, and also the Dork Diaries cake, which I did for my other 2 daughters. Okay, for the Wishes cake, I will be using 3 round 6-inch cakes that are roughly 1.5 to 2 inches in height. I'm also going to be using a styrofoam dummy. I'm actually gluing 2 small ones together to make it roughly 2 centimeters in height, and it's roughly 5 inches wide. On a cake board, I've placed my first cake with some buttercream, and then now I'm layering it on top of each other. Now I'm using a serrated knife, I'm carving the edges of the top cake. Now I'm laying some buttercream in between the layers. And I'm going to go around and fill in the gaps with some more buttercream. Create a crumb cake, and then I'm going to place it in the fridge to set for about 20 minutes. I'm going to remove it again, and then I'm going to place another layer of buttercream and then let it set again. Now onto my base of the cake, or Wishes feet, I've rolled out some yellow fondant icing, and using a roller cutter I'm just trimming off the excess. Using a bit of water and a paper towel, I'm wiping some water onto the fondant so that it becomes tacky, so that I can attach it to my styrofoam dummy. I'm just folding the top over, and that's going to be my base for my cake, or Wishes legs. Okay, now rolling out some yellow fondant. Just popping any air bubbles, and then checking to make sure it's wide enough to go onto my cake. Now layering on top of my cake, and then smoothing over the edges. And then gently pressing the fondant towards the cake. Smoother to smooth the fondant, and using my roller cutter to trim the excess off. You can also go around and smooth it with some excess fondant if you don't have smoothers. And now attaching my styrofoam base to the bottom of my cake, which does have the cake board on it. There's no actual glue touching the cake. Now going around the edges and just folding that tiny little bit of fondant that I've left at the bottom underneath. Now I've rolled out some white fondant, and I'm using my 6-inch cake board just as a guide, because that's how wide my cake is at the top. And now I'm using my crafts knife or X-Acto knife to go around and trim off some excess. This is just to shape the white icing that flows on top of Wishes. Okay, now wetting it with my paper towel and some water. You don't want it soaking, you just want it tacky. Placing it on top, and then gently pressing down the top and the sides to attach the drippy icing onto the cake. Okay, now rolling out a strip of pink fondant. Trimming the edge off, and again attaching it with some water. Now it just goes under the white icing, and I'm going to trim the excess off at the back. Now going around the edges, and then just using something slightly blunt like the back of a plastic knife just to create some indents. Okay, now placing my cake onto my cake stand, and I'm going to create Wishes eyes by rolling out 2 little strips of black fondant and then tapering in the edges. I've also created a third, which I'm going to trim the edges off to form the lashes. And also creating the tiny little nose on Wishes, and then creating the tiny little lips. Now if you actually pay attention, I've created the lips pink, but if you watch till the end of the video, you'll see that my daughter has corrected me to tell me that Wishes actually has red lips, not pink. There's also one other thing that I left out that she picked up. I wonder if you can guess what it is. If you watch till the end, you'll see her tell me what it actually is that I left out. Okay, I've also gone ahead and created 2 little arms for Wishes. Now I'm attaching the face to the cake with the little toy Wishes in front of me as a guide, because you want the proportions to be right. If you are liking this video, don't forget to click the like button below and share it with your friends or whoever else loves Shopkins. And don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. Now, creating the little icing swirls on top of Wishes, I've rolled out a long piece of white fondant, tapering in the ends, and then I'm just looping it around to form the little swirl. And that's it, I've created 3 of them. And they just go on top of Wishes with a little bit of water. Now she has 4 candles, which is perfect for my Alicia because she was turning 4, so I've just placed 4 candles on top. Okay, now adding her name, I'm just using some funky letters to cut out her name. And you can attach it to the cake board or a cake. Now here I've created some little white sprinkles, which I've attached to the top of Wishes. And that's it, that's your Wishes done. Now if you want to make it a little bit higher, here I am using a cake dummy, but you can use a real cake if you want a bigger serving. Okay, now cutting Wishes up, she's a lovely triple layered chocolate cake. Delicious. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more.
Got red lipstick, not pink.
Oh, red lipstick, okay. You give her a kiss. Oh, very pretty.
It has sparkles on it. You have to put sparkles on it.
Oh, okay. I forgot to put sparkles on Wishes.
Sparkles on this one, but not this one. We need sparkles in this one.
Okay. Mummy forgot to put the sparkles on that one. How old are you?
4.
Count the candles.
4.
Great. Are you trying to take a bite out of Wishes? You're going to give her a headache. Happy birthday, Alicia.